Hey guys, hello. It is time for the gift of entrepreneurship. All right, this is going to be the last installment of this series, and today I want to talk to you about the difference between being an owner and an employee. Okay, so maybe you have entrepreneurship in your family. That would be great. I know I was blessed to do that. So I want to give you a couple mindset or thoughts, the difference between being an employee and being an owner. Okay, so on the employee side, you go to work when somebody tells you, they create the schedule. You get vacation, the amount they tell you, and sometimes can only take it when they tell you. Your income is based on what they feel like the job is worth, maybe not always what you're worth. The incremental raises or bonuses may be based on what's happening in the company. Your ability to build wealth may be limited to the income that you have. An employee mindset or being an employee is also maybe being appreciated, maybe not being appreciated. Maybe you're in a place where your values don't necessarily align with what the company's values and culture are. And the demand of work might get increased, and ask you to do more than has been expected before. So being an employee that's kind of the mindset is you go to work, you get a certain paycheck and you're done every 2 weeks or whatever, and that's it. So you work today, you get paid at the end of the thing. So being an employee, right? Let's talk about being an owner. All right, so on the flip side of that, because as you are an entrepreneur and have your own business, you want to think like an owner. So an owner, you get to create the schedule that you want. You get to create the days and times that you take vacation. You get to create the income because you're in control of the effort and the work that you put in. You get to control the unlimited earning potential. You get to control the wealth. You get to create the culture and the kind of people you want to work with and surround yourself with. You get to choose who you work with. Being an owner also means that you might be, I know when I started my business, it was like sometimes I had to be the secretary, the janitor, the president, all the things to get it going. But I was also creating, in my ownership mind, I was also creating a future for my family. And so when you are the owner, think about that. Would you employ yourself? Would you keep you employed? Would you give yourself raises for how you're working your business today? I wrote down a couple notes, so I'm kind of just looking a little bit. And the legacy that you lead. So I was very blessed. Now, if you have never seen entrepreneurship modeled, your family went to work for someone else, they retired at that job. Lately, I've heard a couple people say, I got 3 more years and then I get to retire. And I'm thinking, oh, that's not a very good way to live life, right? Like waiting till what? And I'm so grateful that I was modeled entrepreneurship. My dad, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and then as we got into high school, she started her own floral business. My dad had 3 or 4 businesses. He taught me entrepreneurship at a very early age. I babysat, that's entrepreneurship. I owned a pool company with him before I was 18 that helped put me through college. So it was I saw the work ethic, I saw the mindset, I saw how to treat people. I saw the skill set. I saw the dig in. I saw that happening while most of my friends' families were working for other people. And there is no right or wrong. I'm just talking about entrepreneurship today. And the mindset is different than being an owner, entrepreneur owner, and being an employee is different. And so I just want to encourage you guys to think about your business as an owner, because you are an owner of a potentially multi-million-dollar business. And it all really depends on how you look at it, how you think about it, and what you put into it. Now, you can build it little by little by little. See, the other thing that I know is that the blessings that I got seeing my parents work from home, but also go to a place that they had created and include me in it as part of, this is what our family does. This is how we are creating our future. This is the lifestyle we want. I saw it firsthand. So if you do not have that in your background and you're building an entrepreneurship, you're building a business, then I want to encourage you to find a mentor, typically your director or someone who is doing the business and where you want to be in it, and hitch your wagon to that star and work to watch and see how they think, what they do, because how they think is more important than what they do, because it all starts with a thought. We all create everything inside our head first, and then it becomes a reality. So I want to encourage, here's some few tips that you might think about. Number one is you're going to work harder for yourself than you work for somebody else, because you're going to get a greater blessing from it, and it's a ripple effect. The ripple effect is not only like an income, but it's in self-confidence, self-esteem, what your kids see, because more is caught than taught. Number two is 1 + 1 does not always equal 2. And what I mean by that is, we talked about when you go to work and you get a paycheck every 2 weeks or whatever it is, that's 1 + 1 = 2. In entrepreneurship, sometimes you do 1 + 1 and you do 1 + 1 and you do 1 + 1. But what you're doing is you are putting money in the bank account of building future, because no seed planted doesn't come to fruition. Like, it all comes together. It just doesn't always equal in that day. So remind yourself that there's compound interest in what you are developing. Number three, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Give yourself a year as you start a new adventure, a year of really diving in, digging in, learning the skill set, practicing the mindset, plugging into the people, doing the things that it takes to build it. Number four, believe in your dream. If you have a dream in your heart, your entrepreneurship, your business can help make that dream come true. But you have to hold that dream, maybe share it with somebody that can hold it with you and believe in you. And go for it, right? Because when it gets hard, you've had that dream, you get excited, you go for it, and then you have a little resistance. Most of the time, we think, oh yeah, this was not meant for me. What was I thinking? And instead, I want to encourage you to think, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Because with resistance builds character, it builds confidence, it builds push-through ability, and it shows that that dream that was planted by God, I'm going to follow through on that, no matter what comes my way. The next, number five, is to ask yourself, how can I make this dream come true? How can I build this business? How can I? That is a great question to ask yourself, because then your brain starts to go, creative ideas. How can I? And number six, God created you for greatness. He put you here for a purpose. He put a dream in your heart, and he will bring it to fruition as long as we do not quit, we do not back down, and we align ourselves with the people that can help support us and make it and go through. So I hope that you all have a great week, and I hope that this blessed you, and that this whole series has blessed you. Remember to go out and do the and then some. Have a great one. Bye.